Today, we're talking the Book of Boba Fett's Great Escape, reliving some epic scenes from the series with This Week in Star Wars host Kristin Baver, getting prehistoric with the Ice Age adventures of Buck Wild, and so much more. I'm Andre.
And I'm Jenny. This is What's Up Disney Plus, where we talk all things Disney Plus.
In the Book of Boba Fett, we follow legendary bounty hunter Boba Fett as he takes over Jabba the Hutt's throne with mercenary Fennec Shand by his side. Together, they must navigate the criminal underworld on Tatooine.
Andre and I love this series, and today we're talking about Boba's great escape in the first episode, brought to you by LG OLED. Life's good.
In The Mandalorian, we learn that Boba Fett has escaped the Sarlacc pit, but we don't know how.
Fans have been guessing how and if he managed to escape, and we finally have the answer in this opening scene of the Book of Boba Fett. We see him fight his way out of the Sarlacc pit, only to be captured by Tusken Raiders.
I love seeing the scene. After years, we finally get to see how he got out of there.
I lost sleep over this.
And it was nasty up in there.
It was very detailed, and I almost smelled it.
Yeah, a little claustrophobic, you know? So, yeah.
I don't know how he did it.
And then to get out of it, only to get caught after, is like, man, what a day Boba Fett's
What
had.
luck.
It's a really, really awesome scene. Great for the first episode. And there's nothing like watching this scene on your LG OLED in filmmaker mode to really get the full experience.
Plus, with LG OLED's infinite contrast, we're able to see every gnarly detail of the Sarlacc pit.
And what a way to start the series off with a bang. We finally get the answer to a legendary Star Wars question, and I'm sure we'll get more. Be sure to check out the Book of Boba Fett, now streaming on Disney+. We are now so excited to be joined by Kristin Baver, host of This Week in Star Wars, to help us run through even more of the coolest moments from the Book of Boba Fett. Welcome to the show, Kristin.
Hi, Andre. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for having me.
Kristin, what did you think of the new series?
I loved it. I became a huge Boba Fett fan when we saw him in The Mandalorian, and this just really catapults it to the next level.
Yes, and we got a lot of answers to our questions we've been holding on to for quite some time.
Yeah.
So let's dive into the Book of Boba Fett.
Let's do it.
I'm not sure about y'all, but the scene where Fennec Shand chases the assassin to the rooftops of Tatooine had my heart racing.
Definitely. After Boba Fett and Fennec are ambushed in the streets of Tatooine, Fennec embarks on an epic chase to find out who ordered the ambush, and she finally catches one of the assassins.
Which leads us to one of the moments that I found most exciting, the Rancor pit reveal. Boba and Fennec question the captured assassin and attempt to find out who gave his orders, but no dice.
To get him to talk, they drop him into the Rancor pit, which scares him into confessing that it was the mayor who sent him. What the assassin doesn't know is that there's no Rancor after all. Talk about mind games.
Next up, we have the introduction of the Twin Hutts. You might remember that Boba Fett is sitting on Jabba the Hutt's throne, so of course his cousins show up to stake their claim.
See, this is why they want you to arrive on a litter in the Star Wars universe. It looks so regal, and bonus moment, we get a quick peek at Chrysanthemum.
This had my heart pounding. It's the hover train heist.
Talk about action-packed. After being attacked from the hover train, Boba Fett, with the help of the Tusken Raiders, executes an epic plan to stop the train in its tracks.
I love seeing these moments because Boba Fett is not only gaining the trust of the Tusken Raiders, but also learning new skills himself.
And then we get a truly epic fight between Boba and Chrysanthemum.
Boy, oh boy, can Chrysanthemum fight.
The towering Wookiee is a truly fearsome opponent, and Boba Fett is almost bested. Luckily, Fennec's quick thinking lands Chrysanthemum in the Rancor pit. But don't count this former gladiator out yet. Later in the episode, Boba lets Chrysanthemum go free after the Hutt twins apologize.
Next, we get an epic sequence where Boba steals his ship back from Jabba's palace in hopes of retrieving his armor.
After dealing with some unruly kitchen droids and a whole lot of guards, Boba and Fennec work together to commandeer the iconic ship.
Chapter 5 takes us on a different journey, as viewers get to follow the escapades of none other than Din Djarin himself, the Mandalorian.
Mando heads back to Tatooine to see if Pelemoto has a ship for him. Instead of a Razor Crest, she offers a classic N1 starfighter, but there's a catch. He'll have to help fix it up, which shouldn't be a problem thanks to some creative Jawas and a helpful BD droid.
Which brings us to our next exhilarating moment, Mando testing out his newly tricked out N1. Seems to me like a pretty good upgrade.
Next up is a training montage of adorable proportions as we get to see Grogu learn the ways of the Force from Luke Skywalker. Jedi training isn't easy for the little one, but remember, size matters not.
Back at Freetown, there's a chill in the air as Cobb Vanth is confronted by the one and only legendary bounty hunter, Cad Bane. What an intense scene.
Just before the credits roll, Grogu is faced with a choice. Master Luke offers him a lightsaber, which means training with the Jedi, or Mandalorian chainmail, reuniting him with those he loves. Only Grogu can choose his destiny. What a conundrum.
In Chapter 7 of the Book of Boba Fett, we finally get to see Boba and Mando in action, teaming up to fight the Pike Syndicate in an epic battle. When it seems like all hope is lost, Boba Fett emerges on his pet Rancor, going head-to-head with his old friend Cad Bane. It was a confrontation we've been waiting to see, and oh man, was it worth it.
Boba prevails and the daimyo remains on Mos Espa with Fennec Shand and his new team by his side. Meanwhile, Mando and Grogu make the leap into hyperspace and take off for new adventures.
Wow, so many great moments from this series.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us, Kristin. Where can people find This Week in Star Wars?
You can tune in every Thursday on StarWars.com and the Star Wars YouTube channel. Thank you both so much for having me. This was a blast of seismic charge proportions.
We are so happy to have you, Kristin. Be sure to stream the Book of Boba Fett now on Disney+.
And now, here's what's new. Roll out the red carpet. We're celebrating these Oscars nominees from Disney+. See who takes home the gold during the Oscars Sunday, March 27th on ABC. This is no ordinary love story. Witness the story unfold in Snowdrop, an original series now streaming on Disney+ in the US. West Side Story is coming to Disney+, now nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. One of the most critically acclaimed movies of the year starts streaming March 2nd.
The Ice Age fam is up to their old tricks with a completely new wild adventure awaiting them.
In the movie The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, Possum brothers Crash and Eddie set out to find a place of their own, but instead find themselves in trouble and trapped in the Lost World. After being rescued by Buck the Weasel, they embark on a mission to save the Lost World from total dinosaur domination.
We got to chat with the cast and crew of The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild about their new movie and the legacy that is Ice Age.
Hi, I'm Simon Pegg from the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, and today we're guessing which Ice Age character said these iconic lines. Let's do it. Like I always say, stay close, stay alive. It's too eloquent to be Sid. It kind of feels, maybe it was Diego, but I don't know which film.
Oh, like I always say, stay close, stay alive.
You may be Jurassic, but I am fantastic! That was Buck, obviously, come on. If I'm going to enjoy my revenge, I want it to be fresh. I don't know. You stumped me on that one.
If I'm going to enjoy my revenge, I want it to be fresh.
Yes, of course it was. I slept through the comet that killed the unicorns. Granny, yes, of course.
Yeah, I slept through the comet that killed the unicorns.
Wanda Sykes, brilliant. He gave you that patch for free? That's so cool. Maybe he'll give us one too. Now that's obviously one of Crash or Eddie talking to Buck in Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
He gave you that patch? For free? That's so cool.
Yeah, maybe he'll give us one too.
Okay, you're going to let one tiny 300-mile wide asteroid ruin your plans? That's obviously from Collision Course. I'm going to take a punt on this one and say Ellie.
Wait, you're gonna let one tiny little 300-mile wide asteroid ruin your plans?
Yeah, I get half a point. Boys, what you lack in intelligence, you make up for in bumbling ineptitude. That's Buck. And that's in the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild.
What they lack in intelligence, they make up for in bumbling ineptitude.
The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild is now streaming on Disney+.
We finally saw Boba Fett escape the Sarlacc pit, relived some of our favorite scenes from the series, and got chills talking about the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild.
That's our show. Be sure to head on over to Disney+ to stream all of these and more, and we'll see you next time. Ginny, what's that for?
I'm just waiting for my litter to come get me because I have somewhere to go. Do you need a ride?
Nah, I'm gonna take my bantha.
Okay. Come on! How long does a litter take?
Anything you can do, we can do nearly almost as well.